Hey, what's going on, guys? Good morning. Actually, I was hoping that you guys would join me for a cup of coffee this morning. I just flew back from an incredible trip. I was in Phoenix, Arizona, at the Beachbody Leadership Retreat, and I was so blessed. Let me just give thanks and glory to God right now for Him to allow me to be one of the chosen few to attend this leadership retreat. They take the top 375 coaches out of 250,000, and they invite you to this retreat. And the crazy thing about it is that I basically got there by the skin of my teeth, and I'm rubbing shoulders with just very top notch, incredible leaders of our company, and they were very gracious. They were very accommodating. And I learned a lot from them, and then I think I've come back with just a lot of fire, knowing that I've got more work to do as a leader and as a person that is passionate about helping others in their fitness. So with all that said, let me talk to you about something very cool that happened while I was there. Part of the trip is so that um, they're giving us firsthand experience on some of the new products that are launching in the next couple of quarters. So this quarter, they've got ShaunT has a new program. It's called InsanityMax30. Very, very cool program. But before I tell you about the program, let me tell you about my interaction with ShaunT. So a few months ago, I listened to an interview with ShaunT. He was on NPR, and he mentioned that he was a part of my fraternity. I'm part of Alpha Phi Alpha. And I was like, man, I would love to talk to him about that. Because I was like, man, I've been working out to this guy for years. I never knew that. So in these events, because there's not that many people there, the trainers are a little bit more relaxed. And ShaunT is just cool as hell. I'm not going to lie. I mean, the dude was just sitting there chilling out. It's not like he had some big entourage, and he could have, but he didn't. He was just out there in the crowd, mingling, talking. And it wasn't like he was like, oh, hi, how are you? Okay, okay, next. No, I mean, he sat there and really engaged, and he was really, really just part of that conversation with each and every individual. He gave his all, and I gotta love the brother for that, man. That was just so cool and gracious of him. So I walked up to him, and I was like, ShaunT, look, bro, I gotta ask you something, man. I was like, look, I'm part of your fraternity, man. I said, look, I got to get some grip. Now, for those of you who don't know what grip is it's like a thing that it's with African American fraternity. It's like a secret handshake, if you will. And I was like, man, I got to get some grip. And then he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then he challenged me. And that's another thing with African American fraternities. A challenge is when you want to make sure that the other person that you're talking to is actually part of your fraternity. So you say a set of code words, and the other individual that is challenged should recognize those code words and say some other code words back, and da 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 da. Yeah, that's just part of the idiosyncrasies of I guess. Well, I know African American fraternities and probably other organizations as well. But anyway, cool thing. So I was like, yeah, hey man, I want to get, I'm part of your fraternity. I want to give some grip. He was like, oh, okay, cool. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, holy shit. Because, I'm 40 some years old. I haven't been challenged since I was probably in college, man. So I had to think back. I was like, okay, what the hell am I supposed to say next? And I remembered and stuff. And as soon as I said what I needed to say, he was like, what's up, Fred? And I was like, that was just so cool, man. Because it's like all of a sudden I'm not talking to ShaunT, this worldwide celebrity. I'm talking to ShaunT, my frat brother, and that was so cool. And he glanced at my arm, and this is a brand. This is an Alpha. This is like a brand. And he's like, oh, you got a brand? Oh, I say, man, he said, check mine out. I got a tat. And if you see his tattoo, I think it's on his right too. If you look, you'll see, because I always wanted to know what that tattoo was, because it's a little small, and it's an Alpha. It was an Alpha tattoo. It's like, how cool is that, man? So props to ShaunT, man. I mean, it was just really nice just to talk to him as my frat brother, So anyway, let's go back and talk about InsanityMax30. Guys, this shit, I should not curse, I'm sorry. This is the truth, man. I was like, I love, love, love this. So here are a couple of the highlights. So some of you may have done Insanity, right? So it has the intensity of insanity. Go on my Facebook page and you will see me huffing and puffing. Look at the big fat dude, fat chocolate guy with the cowboy hat huffing and puffing. That would be me. So we tested out the program. And to me, it's like, if you've done Insanity before and you got your Insanity program from a coach, you probably got the little Fast and Furious, like, I think that's like a 20-minute workout. And you know how you just go in? It's intense like that. So that's the one thing how to me it differentiates itself from like T25. T25 is a great program. Love that program, but it's not meant to be as intense as Insanity. InsanityMax30, yeah, it's that intense. I mean, you're just going. And what I like about it is that, number one, it's more of a Tabata style, but with a ShaunT twist. So you'll do things like, you're doing like a set of different types of exercises for, I believe it's like 20 seconds, hard. I mean, you're going ham, hard as a mofo, ham as hard as you can go, and you're seeking failure. That's the whole goal. You want to seek failure. You want to see how hard and how long you can go. And then once you hit that 20 seconds, and then boom, you go to something, then you rest. It's like active recovery, and then boom, you're back into it for 20 more seconds. And I mean, it's a great program. I mean, just my experience with that, I was soaking, dripping wet. And he had us do this like this. There was this one section where you're doing these push-ups. I got to the point where I couldn't even do push-ups on my knees. And I'm pretty good at doing push-ups. He broke a brother down where I couldn't even do it on my knees, man. So it was very awesome. Now, what I hope to do, this is a long video, sorry. What I hope to do is to see if I can get a couple of my coaches, a couple of my friends actually, and fellow coaches that are actually trainers, featured trainers in the Insanity Max video. I did not know that. So shout out to Hector, shout out to D. I did not know that you guys were on that video. That's freaking awesome. I'm gonna see if I can reach out to them and see if I can do a live video to talk more about this program and get some specific details and get a feel for it. It comes out in December, and I think you guys will really like it. All right, guys, much love to you. I'll talk to you later.